Call to Action podcast, or it's a call to reaction, because today we have a match to react to. Going down, who do we have?
Hey, it's Kelsey. How are you guys doing?
Hey, it's Nat.
Hmm.
What's up?
Yeah, and we have our wonderful friend of the show, future Inner Geekdom trivia answerer, one of the greatest, Chandru Dhandapani.
I thought you were gonna say future in a geekdom champion. I was like not sure if I'll live up to that name, but I'm definitely a future trivia answer. That's for sure.
I want to keep you humble because no spoilers for what we want, but I mean, you're teleporting yourself into studio and facing Brandon Hanna right now at the same time as reacting to it, and then after this you could have to face Smets and Kalinowski. So you gotta keep you humble. Don't get in your own head because
makes sense.
We want you to win. All right, are y'all ready to watch?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Great.
December 7th, the Schmoedown Spectacular. 5 matches, all the titles on the line. Whoever wins between Bateman
Say, Chandru, how would you feel into this live environment since you haven't had that opportunity yet?
Oh, I would love to do a live show. I have some performance background, apart from my regular day job, which is research. But then I like to go on stage and do improv or dance. So I feel like I feed off that energy a lot. I know how to play well with a live tough crowd. Most of my better performances are when the stage, the audience in the studio are already warmed up and very responsive. I still love my first match for that reason, because that was the fullest I've seen the studio because a lot of people were there. So I would kill to be at the spectacular. Just 2 more matches. I just need to win 2 more matches. It's not. It's a little simpler than killing someone to be at the spectacular, but.
Wait, you're killing someone?
No, like I said.
Dude, this season I'm so excited.
I will say, win or lose, I would love for you to be like the Wildberry, just come on, do a dance break in the middle of an intense match.
Oh yeah, no. Whether I win or lose these next 2 matches, I already have a plan for a live match. But if I don't get to do it for spectacular, I might do it for a free for all. So it's nice to have those plans ahead of time, rather than just walking out with no plan.
Yeah. Look forward to March at the free for all where Chandru comes on stage and reenacts the entirety of Footloose.
I want to see the entire crowd just floss. That would be just such a sight.
Me moving into managing and things, I'm trying to figure out, is there anyone you'd recommend? Is there anyone that you've had trouble fighting against? You're like, oh, that's the guy.
Actually, now that we're here, we're talking about managing stuff. I think we've asked before who would like to be your manager, but now that we actually know most of them, is there anyone that's standing out to you as to who you're oh yeah, I want them to pick me.
Oh, now that I know Emma is back, Emma's out of the 8 that we know for sure, Emma is definitely one of my top picks. Koi would be good too. So I'm looking for people who are faces. And they have some experience in the IG League, and also they're not just mouthpieces. They actually help you prepare behind the scenes and pay attention during the matches. So a lot of both Emma and Kyle check all of these boxes for me, and that's what I'm going for. And Jay Washington would be a great manager too, and the amount of support he gives behind the scenes is incredible, and I would love to have him draft me too.
Ooh, Mara.
Schmoedown 1 and Inner Geekdom contest.
I love
We
seeing
have
her on
the
the desk.
winner
That's great.
here is going to face Kevin Smith for a number 1 contender shot. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. I'm not the big headline here today. I am joined on the desk by the one, the only, the amazing Mara Kanopik is here in studio. Hello, Mara. Say hi to the world.
Hey, if you guys don't know me, my name is Jet Lag today.
This morning, she pulled in Ellis, as we say, the red eye into Burbank. How was the flight?
Bumpy. But I will say this, you guys have this really neat knack for just calling me lately and saying, hey, the one time we want to invite you to do something, be as tired, heat exhausted, jet lag, underslept as possible. So,
Here she is, and that's why we have a full can of diesel, full throttle. joining Mara. Now, Mara, before we get into today's match, I do have just a question for you as far as you're back in the league. You made an appearance in San Diego. Where are you right now as far as looking for maybe a title shot, being back in the inner geekdom? What is the current status of the amazing Mara?
Ooh,
Well, I've put my feelers
while
out
they're
there.
talking. Because you're looking for a faction, is there anyone you want to be like? Is there anyone you want to be with? Like, just plug the teams division. Like, is there anyone that you're keeping an eye on? Like, ooh, they could be like a nice fellow trivia answerer.
To be in the faction with me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Let's see.
Nature kids. Get
Bibbs and Brendan Meyer would be like a good sort of like face league to form. It's also like the amount of support they give each other and how much that helps in their individual matches. That I would love to have like some amount of support as well. And I love doing entrances and of course incorporating them into more entrances that I do would be a fun way. I would love to like be in a faction with either Bateman or Ghai. Bateman because like he would help with the strategy aspect of it. I think I have like 80 to 90% of it down, but still I make some rookie mistakes. I've yeah, and it'll be nice to have Ben Bateman in the faction and the amount of uh, work he puts to look out for people in this faction. He's helped Roka train for matches despite being like, at odds earlier. So he takes the faction sort of brotherhood, the bond very seriously, and like he wants everyone in his faction to improve, and that is something I really like. And Ghai, just having him in your corner just helps you a lot, just mentally, psychologically, and I think I recently found out that Ghai is half Indian, so the only other guy, literally in the whole league who's Indian. I would love to like be in the same faction as him.
Brandon, the bargain bin, Ben Bateman, who is the license to shill. Faction you can find.
There's a little bit of a rivalry there because he's beaten you before.
It still kind of stings, and I kind of want redemption for that one.
You're out for redemption or you're out for blood?
Both.
We have the setup there for the next match. It's Chandru versus Brandon Hanna.
I already crossed Chandru's name off my list.
I'm not the same player as I was 4 months ago. I've been improving every match.
I mean, to beat Chandru and get smacked, God bless him. Did you sneeze at the beginning? Oh, that's his name? You can't leave this in. You can't leave it in. We're coming for it.
I love that line. Like every time I watch it, it cracks me up.
See, Chandru and Ghai together. That's too powerful.
The Drew train, man. The Drew crew is gonna be real.
Drew
Crew.
Yeah. How do you feel to be in my faction, the best faction?
Chandru the Chosen? Choose a dumbass name.
No answer works. I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm just listening to the promo. I really love this promo. Like I want to give it its fair share of like screen time. But yeah, I love the faction idea. Like everyone else was just going for maximum points, like to win the thing at the end of the year, and you were like, nope, I'm going for the meme. I appreciate the commitment to the bit.
Well, I'll tell you why. He's the next IG champion, and that's what we mess with in the family. Champions. We only play with champions. You got this guy, Smets. I thought maybe you'd see the light and join the family. Now, you're on the list, and you're going down.
I want to prove that I belong, and I want to go to that #1 contender match against Kevin Smets. And what better way to defeat the person who I first lost against? Brandon Hanna, his first win was against me, and now his first loss is going to be against me too. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Ooh, I like that.
Tell you. And where did that bring you? Back to me.
I love this promo. Like Nerdchronic Eric has been like stepping up the promos. Yeah, every time, every promo is like better than the other, or better than the next previous one.
I'm back from the dead, and this time I'm gonna end up on your miss list, and I'm going to that #1 contender match against Kevin Smets.
I mean, it's a given. It's my destiny.
I'm gonna win that belt one day. Might as well make it soon.
So good. Great promo.
Oh, I need my nerd glasses. I mean, technically, Brandon Hanna, if you want to talk about inner geekdom, he would be your density, which is what Lorraine called, what's her name, in Back to the Future. Fuck, what's his mom's name? Elaine?
George McFly.
No, his Marty's mom.
It's Lorraine. It's Lorraine. Yeah.
Damn it. That's why I'm not in the ring.
Hanna, who dresses like he just committed a double murder in Brent.
I thought I knew these guys, but man, I'm definitely not going to cross either one of them unless I feel like I can outrun them, which I don't think I can.
You have a military background. You still doing the mile run, testing yourself. What's your current mile at?
Oh, I do more swimming than running now, especially after when you break your neck, that kind of hinders your physical ability.
A little bit.
But yeah,
I'd say you've earned.
Also, I would love to have like Dan Merle in my faction. To answer your previous question, he also is like once he's in a faction with you or in a team with you, he's like 100% has your back. Being in the studio and like seeing behind the scenes, people like him supporting Roka and both Roka and Bateman through the tournament. It's like amazing to watch. And in his match against Preston, in Bateman's match against Preston, the movie release dates challenge, the 1954-1956. That was actually like caught by Dan, and he told Dagnino to challenge that one. So he is like, once he's there, he's totally looking out for people in his faction, his fellow horsemen. So that'll be a great. He'd be a great person to learn from too.
What? Okay, he's the one that's crazy. So all right, we Hanna. It's our Star Trek. Way to go, Harry Potter and.
His gloves look a little small.
Brandon, yeah, he's a big fan of sporting.
No, like, the glove doesn't fit Brandon Hanna.
I'm going on, and we are about to get going right now. Mara, I know it was a long flight for you. I know it was a red eye, but you have a full throttle energy drink right now. Are you ready to go?
I'm worn very full head of hair and extremely ready.
Then it's time for the movie trivia showdown.
Can't wait for Mara to come back.
Introducing first, with a record of 2-1, he is Chandru, the chosen Dhandapani.
Wait, you invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, I dressed appropriately today, I guess.
What do you? I can't see. What T-shirt are you wearing?
It's a Four Houses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a little dark. Yeah.
Well, you did not know you'd be tested today, and that's on
Well,
paper.
honestly, I really feel like my spellsmanship is really bad. You know, they actually incorporated fencing movements into that choreography, so I found that very interesting.
Chandru, you have appeared now. You're not going to disappear throughout any of the 3-round matches. Is that correct?
But I cannot promise I'll not use the
Okay, well, we try not to have any wand spells.
Does that count as cheating? Is magic a cheating-able offense?
Probably.
Right. Representing the family.
Using the magic to like stop the wheel at any slice you want would definitely be a cheating offense. Which I think is what Mike has been doing to land on bound every time.
So what you're saying is canonically, Mike Kalinowski is a mage.
He's either using the dark side of the force or just magnets.
Brandon does not take it. He's wearing gloves.
Who set such a good example about taking hands? We're trying to lead the example for the younger generation, and what do they do?
Oh, Drew.
Fusion facture mate, I guess.
See what I'm saying?
For that.
That definitely helped like throw me off a little bit. And if he's in my faction, he's gonna do it to other people. So I'm fine with having him in the faction.
True. Good
So what you're
strategy.
saying, you don't want him with you. You want
Yeah.
him not.
Exactly.
Each question's worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There's no stealing in round number 1. As soon as myself or Mara ask you the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. As soon as we address you by name, Brandon or Chandru, you will reveal what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your best attempt at an answer into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor you have 3 usages of the
All right, Chandru.
ATE
What's your predicted score for this match? How much do you think you're gonna get?
In round 1,
Yeah.
I can't answer that. I know how the match is gonna go.
How much do you think you're gonna get? Like, are you gonna get a full den? Are you gonna hit a Dewberry? Are you gonna hit 2 and just murder Andrew Ghai for whatever reason?
So usually, like, I just hope going in that I'll get at least 8.
You have played him before, so I'm shocked you didn't know who he was.
I just wanted to make sure.
Are you sure you're mentally? Yeah, are you mentally prepared to be here, man? If you don't know who he is.
By the way, these cable back here are real tripping. You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause you never sat on this side of the desk before. Oh, now you're talking to me? Okay, just to make it clear. You should really get that looked at. Someone hurt themselves.
All right, so
Okay, wait. Did Brandon Hanna cast an Obliviate spell on himself? Is that why he forgot your name?
I think I cast a spell on him backstage. That was the joke.
Oh, so you're magic as well.
The markers are the best.
Very good techie.
Will's the only quill we got.
Well, see, just
Then it's time
for the teams in our Geekdom League, you and Mike together as the wizards, and you just make everyone forget their answers.
Oh yeah. I don't know if Mike can do that. Like most of the time the spell backfires on him, and he does the flash.
Oh,
I don't want to ban you.
shots fired.
In Captain Marvel, what is the name of the cat that Carol ended up finding?
I know this one. I don't.
Is anyone? Are you guys playing along?
Yes.
I really do, but
Oh,
I don't
nice.
have a marker.
Well, I will say, I want this character to come back like Janet in The Good Place, not a cat.
It's gonna definitely come back in Captain Marvel too, though. I mean,
Goose.
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 I knew. You know, I don't have a marker.
The most evil animal, goose.
Right.
Have y'all tried fighting a goose? Like, those shits are evil.
oh no, those are the
Pretty bad.
most vicious birds ever. Like they can see into your soul. I'm deadly scared of geese.
Geese and chickens just. Don't
No,
fuck with a chicken.
Chickens are fine. Geese are the worst.
Luke extracts and drinks
Okay, I give up. I'm not playing along.
Oh,
I don't have a marker.
the island of Hankto.
I thought you liked Star Wars, Kelsey.
I do, but what I'm saying is I don't have a marker.
Oh.
So I'm not playing along this game, I guess.
You need to get your wand and write the answer in the air.
I do have a wand. I got it in Orlando.
Nice. I got mine on Amazon Prime. Much
Amazon
cheaper
is
than.
magical, so it probably works and mine doesn't.
It is green. Just needed the answer for the color, not the particular species. Brandon, did you have it?
It's green and no one likes a smart ass.
It is green.
I also think that question just really
Speaking of you being a smartass, Chandru, do you feel like you could fit in the Star Wars division?
But I'm just an idiot who likes.
I could, yeah, actually. I guess for this season, the number 1 contender match is already like locked down. But next season, never say never. If there's any other league other than IG, I would definitely think of Star Wars because I like to go deeper in studying rather than like broader. So general movie trivia might be a little too far of a jump for me, but then never say never. But then if I were to just choose a second division, it would be Star Wars. And like I've already studied them a little bit for.
It is the Hobbit, the Battle of
And
Fire
Smaug.
Army. Chandru had it as
Oh, yeah.
well. They were.
Yeah, like I think it'd be interesting to see you in more divisions, only because you get more screen time.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
And more points too. Like yeah, it's always fun to play more matches. And the best part about winning is that you know you're getting another match. And the exact opposite is like when you lose, it takes a long time to get another match too. And that's the part that sucks. And and being in multiple leagues, in multiple divisions helps a lot. So even if you like lose one match, you can at least look forward to the UTO matches in the other divisions, and that's a lot. That's what a lot of people in the singles and teams always say when they lose a singles match. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. The team tournament is around the corner," and they'll be like,
It is Batman 1989.
Oh.
I just saw that.
Well, speaking of teams division, do you have any partner? Like, I know IG teams is sort of just run out there and it's not going to happen.
You gentlemen are both
Do you see yourself competing in regular teams? And if so, like, do you want a specific partner?
like I said, never say never. I've been like trying to play. I usually just play along with the IG matches when I'm at the studio, but because IG matches are so few and far between, especially these past 2-3 months because of the tournaments, I've been playing along with the regular singles and teams as well, and I do pretty well in the first round. I do get like three or four points easily, even without having studied for any of that. And that's just performance in round one is very important, I feel like, in teams. And after that, your round two is a collaborative experience. So someone who knows their movies but like doesn't the IG stuff or the most recent like commercial movies, which is kind of like my
Chandru had it as well. All right.
Great round one.
Who's not as good in like these modern movies or like these IG movies would make a really good teammate. So for instance, if Drew McQueenie is looking for a partner, I feel like he knows he has all the like the classic stuff down, but then the newer comic book and the fantasy sci-fi he might not be as well versed in. So
I was say like if it would be anyone, I would say like Bibiani or Bateman for the same reason.
Oh yeah, Bibiani. That would be the I would make a good teammate with Bibiani too. But then him and Brendan Meyer is kind of already a good team. I don't know if they're gonna split again. We'll see. If
I certainly hope not. We don't want Bibiani to get 2 divorces in the same year.
Yeah, exactly.
Viper, does that check out with your Harry Potter now?
Besides, I feel like Brendan Meyer is definitely like a better teammate at this point than me. He's a strong singles player too, and I don't know if I go into teams, I'll be like already in the championship level caliber.
Should be knocked out by Ben Bateman.
I would probably be unless the spins go my way. Except like I feel like in singles or teams we could use more strategy. In IG there's not much strategy, especially when it comes to like choosing slices, right? Like because the wheel is already fixed, you don't get to pick your strengths or your enemy's weaknesses.
So, how many of the questions that you heard today? How many of them did like actually came from the Facebook page?
All right, we move on.
Did any
to
like?
your
I don't think they directly came from Facebook page, but then if the questions being asked helped me like study that type of questions for all of the categories going on, right? So because like usually the Facebook page questions are deeper cuts. They're not usually like Schmodown level questions, but then that helps me be prepared and like helps me be confident in like what I know too. But yeah, there hasn't been a direct question just straight from the Facebook page, or at least as far as I can remember.
Your 8th question, and that is in the world of the DCEU, DC Extended Universe. Who plays Lieutenant G.U. Edwards? No suicide.
Oh, what's his last name?
I saw this movie 8 times in theaters, so I am.
Why? 8 times? Wow.
No.
Once was enough for me.
No.
That's mean, James.
That's a fair reaction.
Am I nice?
I did not like the third act. I liked certain people in the movie.
I definitely liked some of the characters. Like I really loved what Jai Courtney did in the movie.
Yeah.
Loved what Will Smith and Margot Robbie did in that movie.
I really like Jai Courtney.
I thought Captain Boomerang.
Viola Davis was amazing. No one could have played Amanda Waller better.
Yeah, Viola Davis was amazing in that movie. It's just such a it's for
Eastwood. All right.
I was right.
for an okay plot, people were still you were still invested in the characters, and even El Diablo, Chato Santana was really good in that movie. You're just like so invested in those characters, even though whatever they're going through is very comical. Wait, so if you watched the theatrical version 8 times, did you watch the extended version too? The extended version is really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched, actually, now I probably watched about the same amount of times.
Wow, okay.
I watched Suicide Squad on the airplane the other day too.
Do you need help? Like, do you need help?
I like the movie. It's a guilty pleasure.
I can't think of any movie that I've seen more than 10 times. Probably Prisoner of Azkaban. Like some Harry Potter movies I've like seen more than 10 times, but other than that,
Most I've seen is like 6. I can't imagine more.
The movie with the Tombstone and the Prowler.
The Spider-Verse.
Damn right it is. This
Movie of last year.
Yep.
It's as good a movie ever, except for not really.
Great round one.
Perfect. Round number 1. Somewhere out there in the world, probably in this Fortress of Solitude, Kevin Smith thinking, I gotta play one of these guys next. Woo, boy. Number 10.
I love how Trey Simmons brought in like questions harder, and y'all are both aiming for a perfect round.
yeah, no, these first round questions are definitely much harder than like last year's first round questions, right? And we're like this new season of rookies are performing as the three of us, Smets, Brandon, and I are like dancing around 80% throughout our the whole season, and that was what a lot of people did earlier in their rookie season when there were questions were like much easier. So
wait.
It is. You can just go rap, and we will accept it. Brandon Hanna.
It's a double dewberry.
Holy crap!
Yeah. So a little bit behind the curtain, this match was shot before the September 14th throwdown. So the double dewberry the term double dewberry didn't exist. But like I'm pretty sure if it happened after, they would have called it a double dewberry, and I want them to call it a double dewberry. I really hope that term sticks.
I love it.
The Lego Batman movie. What type
This is so crazy.
for himself in the Wayne Manor kitchen? I gotta say that
I love these Lego movies. I just wish they got more attention.
Yeah, no, I love these type of questions too, like where you actually should have to have seen the movie recently to answer these. I don't like the cast directors sort of questions, which are like so easy. It's so easy you don't even have to have seen the movie to know.
It is lobster. Chandru, did he have it?
Oh!
I feel like just lobster is challengeable almost.
I know.
Perfect.
But then they've always been like very relaxed with first round, very lenient with what they accept in first rounds. For instance, even what type of animal was Nagini? The answer was viper, but like they accepted snake too. So if they accepted snake, they're gonna accept lobster for lobster thermidor. And also, if you're just watching the because they only say lobster thermidor once, but then you clearly see a Lego lobster in the movie. So I mean, it's understandable. I was just doing more of a flex, and I noticed like this entire round one. I started seeing that he was getting annoyed whenever I give extraneous information with my answer. So I was just like pushing it more and more to see how much riled up I can get Brandon, and that was like my strategy going into round one too.
I love it.
No, it's not. It's just like psychological warfare, man. Like you try to get every sort of advantage you can over your over your opponent. And especially when you're playing a face, when you're not playing a heel, there's not many things you can do. They have to be subtle like these. And yeah.
It depends pre or post injury because because post-injury, I never wanted to spin.
You
Ever.
just want to put it off as long as
I did.
possible.
Man, that thing is, it's loud, and I'm very concerned if it breaks. We're all
I
gonna
can't
die.
wait to watch the match where that breaks.
Oh yeah, it's coming soonish.
Said it.
Yeah.
Who said it? Yeah.
Category, Brandon saying no.
That's probably the hardest category. Dude.
I'd totally spin away from that too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know if that's.
Never mind. I love the wheel.
Wait, I need to ask you guys now that we're both tied. Who are you rooting for in this match?
I'm rooting for you because the Nuzio.
Because I'm here.
The Nuzio has Hanna and Kelsey. I have you, so I'm rooting for you all the way.
But then you guys are like so Team Ghai, and you should be supporting people in the family, right? That's what I assumed.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the promise I made was after today I start rooting for Brandon Hanna. Like I just
Because
go for a flip flop like that.
As we know it. And the good news is they're not going to prosecute.
Nope, Star Trek.
That would be Star Trek for the Voyage Home.
That is incorrect.
For a steal, Chandru. This is a 2-point steal, potentially, if you can get correct.
Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
It is Star Trek 6.
That is a
Undiscovered
big
Country.
2-point
Damn.
steal. That's why you
Nice.
get the toughest category you can when they spin opponent's choice. And so
Like just like the entire movie is just playing in your head as you just like.
yeah, exactly. No, the thing is like you can't play just that movie, right? You have to literally play every single Star Trek movie, and this line scene sounds like it's at the end of the movie, so you have to play like every single
at once
climax in your movie. And there's not a lot. There's like 3 or 4 movies where they say they'll save the whole universe, and 1 or 2 movies where they prosecute it. So the overlap of that is and yeah.
Side note: why is there a difference between who said it and movie quotes? Like
It's the same. It's the same. It's just whatever they find it, and there's who they call it the movie. They call it who said it category, but it has regular movie quotes too, like you see in this question. It's
Correct for 1 point.
I don't know, I just feel like why would you make a second slice the same thing when you can use it to do something else, like make an Ed Harris slice?
Yeah, I guess they made the Who Said It for IG, and then they made the movie quotes for regular the singles and teams, and then for whatever reason they still use the Who Said It, even though it's not just Who Said It specifically.
The guy that nice clothes while I'm wearing exactly what I wore.
I don't know why they. I think Who Said It was made first, and then they made the movie quotes, so they just kept both of them and kept using Who Said It in IG. And most of the time they keep clearing it up too.
I came to save my home and the people that I love.
Aquaman.
This one, I'm glad he got correct because like I legit thought it was Green Lantern for some reason. Because
I had no idea.
that's what I'm talking about. Quotes. Everything is like every hero is the same, and they say the same sort of lines, and these are like some of the most difficult categories.
It feels like such
and
a
the most
generic
difficult
quote, too.
questions.
How much you like to say it.
Yeah, it's such a generic code too. Yeah. And they don't even say DCEU to like sort of narrow it down.
Yeah,
It just
narrow
says
it,
DC
yeah.
hero.
I am
Yeah.
on nobody's side because nobody is on my side.
Treebeard.
That is correct for 2
Shit,
points.
That's
Wow.
that's the one he knew right off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I had the same reaction. Like I would have gone to multiple choice in that one.
I've gotten 0 points so far. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, no. Big old goose egg.
All right, Brandon, your final question. What hero said, if we can't accept limitations, we are no better than the bad guys?
I know this one.
Oh.
2 points.
Correct for a 2-point steal.
It's Tony Stark, I believe.
Wait.
It is.
Damn it!
Tony Stark.
Oh.
Wow. Look at that. Oh my god.
James, did you make the same mistake as Brandon? Did you say Captain America? See, that's the thing. It's so difficult between like Team Cap and Team Tony, Team Iron Man,
Yeah.
because like
You did it first, because it's from Civil War.
it's from Civil War. Yeah. Everyone, as soon as you hear that line, like you know it's Civil War. But then, like, you need to think for another second to see whether it's Team Cap or Team Iron Man. Which one said it?
0.
No. Wow. Would you have gone to multiple choice on any of those?
All of them? Maybe not the tablet.
Oh, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'll take it.
Is there any, okay, other than who said it, is there anything you'd actually like spin away from?
That's right.
I don't want to say.
Yeah, probably.
Yes or no is plenty.
It's just who said it. I would definitely like spin away from, but then I think especially after like what I saw with Brandon, it's easily interchangeable.
During the Quicksilver
Oh.
X-Men, during the Quicksilver
Is it
expansion.
Sweet Dreams?
I love that scene.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Yeah.
We need the name of the song.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Unfortunately,
What?
for 2 points.
What's the name of the song?
Just Sweet Dreams.
It is
Sweet
just
Dreams.
Sweet Dreams.
Yeah. Wow, that's brutal.
Breaks my
That was
heart
rough.
that I'm able to accept it, but I asked you
Challenge.
for the name of the song.
No.
Not,
No.
can't go lyrics. So.
You didn't do the lyric.
All right, that is a challenge. And
Isn't-
we'll be right back with our judges' results.
Doesn't seem
So-
right.
It's if you look
So, yeah.
at the quotation, "Sweet dreams
Yeah, exactly.
quotation, are made of this."
Or parentheses brackets. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
are made of this is within brackets, and there are other songs called Sweet Dreams too. So you need the are made of this, but then
However, it is in parentheses as the title of the song, according to the Eurythmics Wikipedia page. What we're going to do, here's the official ruling, is that I'm going to ask you another question that is for 2 points, and we'll.
Good job challenging that.
Oh.
yeah, no. At that point, my mind went blank. Like, luckily, someone in the audience shouted out challenge, and I was like, yeah, no, that's a valid challenge, and I challenged it. And this is why I want to manage it. This is why I need a manager. This is why I need like a faction mates who will be watching the match closely.
Name of J.
Right.
Jonah Jameson's secretary.
Daddy?
Betty Brandt, I think.
Yeah.
Betty Brandt.
2 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Points.
This match is so good.
Yeah.
This is insane.
This is a good match.
It's,
We'll
I want to make a joke about Friday's match, but I can't say anything.
Did you guys catch that joke?
Yeah.
He was like, her name is Betty Brandt, but then when you go on Wikipedia, it's Betty Brandt are made of this.
Who plays Major Glenn Talbot, a ruthless former soldier who offers Banner the opportunity to work for him?
Josh Lucas.
Yes, it is, for 2 more points.
I would say Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte is David Banner.
Yeah,
He's the father. Yeah.
Right, and now we are on.
So I'm not. So that one was. You saw me smiling because like the week leading up to this match, I was just like randomly thinking, wait, the name Josh Lucas is jumping at me. Like, who? What did he? Which movie was he in? And then I googled him, like, and figured out, oh yeah, he was in Hulk and he was Glenn Talbot and so on. And I was so happy it like came out like
great.
it was asked again.
They all look the same.
They all look.
It's fucking Europe. They all look the same.
No, but then in the movie it shows up in like big letters.
Correct for 1 point.
I still haven't seen Blade 2. I just watched Blade the other night. And I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
Blade 2 is even better than Blade, I would
Yeah.
say.
You could probably
I love
start
it.
with Blade too, though.
Yeah, I'm not big on Blade. It's like
Okay. I also like Blade Trinity. Like, it's not as bad as people claim.
okay, now you're banned.
It's
I think Ryan Reynolds is really good at that.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Ryan Reynolds is really good at this, good at it, and like you can see the baby version of Deadpool in that movie.
Yeah.
Like you can see where Deadpool came from. It started there, and in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then it just became his character.
For sure.
And used for evil.
Yo, so fun fact, Big Hero 6, the first movie I ever went on a date to see. So it's
Oh.
like ingrained in my memory.
Oh, so you were watching the movies, but
You were, which means you were focused on the movie the entire time.
you weren't doing other things. Got it.
Which I didn't figure out until a couple days ago. Alan Tudyk isn't the voice of Baymax, which I thought forever.
Oh yeah, no, it isn't. It's someone else.
Clock as well, but Chandru ended up
Yeah.
getting
Scott Atkins was it?
Okay,
No.
I think so, yeah. He voices the villain.
Alan Tudyk voice is Cray, not yeah. He not even the villain. The
Oh.
villain is James Cromwell.
God damn it!
Going to be a big question and ask in the world of Marvel movies, Chandru. Your last one, round number 2. What is the last name of Elektra in the Daredevil?
I hate the writing.
Nachos.
Nacho.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is another correct answer for Chandru
Whoa.
Dhandapani.
Oh man.
2-point answer, and that
God.
is 23
Damn,
to
Chandru.
16
I
going
would like to
into.
challenge that, please.
Okay, we're gonna get a challenge from Brandon.
Oh?
What is the challenge?
Oh, for what?
It's nachos, right?
Yeah, it's
At the end.
has an S in the end.
Mm.
But then he didn't know the answer. He again like he challenged because like some people in the studio shouted out challenge. But then what are you gonna do? Like I challenged because someone in the studio shouted out challenge too.
Yeah.
And so now Brandon on the table has a 2-point steal if he is able to get it right off the bat. Brandon, what is your attempt at an answer?
Nachos.
That is correct.
Your favorite movie food.
For 2 points.
Wait, what's
That
the
is very
difference?
close to the
There's an
best
S.
The S in the end.
Oh.
Yeah. S's matter. Remember in our match where
holes
I had an S and I got it wrong?
Yeah.
A lot of drama in there, Mark.
If it's any help, Kelsey, I don't remember.
The Chosen having
Oh, good.
Don't you
I
assume that you
live
were
with it
right.
every day.
Full small hiccups. I would still say that Chandru chose wisely.
It's all right. Everyone's seen me compete. Look out for my match against Frank Janish sometime next month.
Yeah, no, I was like at that point I was like really like furious at myself because in my brain it was, is it nacho or nachos? Should I go to multiple choice? I already have a 5-point lead. Should I just press it on? And then so you should see me angry not because of the challenge itself, but like I was angry at myself because even if I went to multiple choice, it could have been an easy 6-point lead. Now I cut it down to a 3 because of the steal. And yeah, a 7-point lead would have been like really 6 or 7-point lead would have been amazing going into round 3, and that's what you kind of want if it's close. If it's a strong competitor like Brandon you're going against, because 5 he can still go perfect, and then I can miss a 5, and then we'd still be tied. 6 is where they have to answer a 5-pointer to like take the lead, right? But then once it came down to just a 3-point lead, I was like, okay, now I still have to answer some questions in round 3, and I just.
And 15 was for his age when he had his first.
He was 15 years old?
Coincidentally, yeah. Also, he lost numbers.
Yeah, coincidentally.
Coincidentally. Oh, so you're a fan of Lost?
Yeah, I am, and also if you notice, like Brandon chooses 4, 8, 15, or chose 4, 8, 15 in both of his matches. In his first 2 matches. So I was like, if I have the lead going into round 3, I was gonna take his numbers. And
you were trying to get under his skin more.
Yeah, of course. Like you have to do subtle things like these, especially when you're a heel. When you're not a heel, because you can't like just go out and yell at people like Andrew Ghai does.
A really great one. Oh, you want to know what it is? Okay. So, he chose a category that corresponds to scores and soundtracks.
All right, scores and soundtracks, and his 2-point question is.
The 2-point question is: who performed the song "Venom" for
Eminem.
Venom.
Eminem.
That is
Greatest song of all time.
Dude, I love that song. I love that movie too. Like, for whatever reason, like, I don't know why that movie gets so much hate. I was like, no, this is a good like.
Indiana Jones.
It's a fun '90s film that came out.
No, it's no. I would say it's like for the current generation. It just doesn't play by the other rules of the other comic book movies.
All right, so for 3 points, Brandon Hanna can take the lead if he gets this question correct.
Brandon, your 3-point question is: in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Marion's bar is located in what country?
Casablanca.
Casablanca. What?
That's my guess. I don't know.
That's
not a country.
Yeah.
4, 3,
Peru.
The question is: in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Marion's bar is located
What
in
country is Casablanca in? Is even the right answer?
No, not even close.
Iraq.
Sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for Nepal.
Yeah.
Why is it Nepal?
And so all of a
No, because he crosses over the Pacific Ocean first. He picks up Marion, and then they go over to where is it? Egypt.
But why Nepal? Like, what's in Nepal?
Her bar.
A bar in Nepal. They're a shitty country with a shitty flag, and they got some.
Damn, dude.
You just lost all our Nepal viewers.
Have you been to Nepal?
No.
Okay, don't call it a shitty country if you haven't.
Crawling with in the opening battle of Revenge of the Sith.
Buzz droids.
And your
Wait.
winner!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You knocked him out!
Yep. I didn't believe it either. I was like,
Wait, okay. Did you know that he's a future Star Wars competitor?
Dhandapani has taken down Brandon the Hitman Hanna. He walked in here with a perfect record. He walked out having quite a magnificent game, but Chandru ends up on top.
Good game.
Kevin Smets.
Okay, wait. So now that we know that you've won, what is great about Nepal? Do you have any input on that?
dude, Nepal's lovely. It's definitely not shitty. It's amazing. There's amazing hillscapes. There's great tourism. It's a nice country. It's like Nepal and Bhutan are some of the happiest countries around. And like, I'm not gonna give up my neighboring country that easily for criticism.
I mean, we can hate
Mount
Canada.
Everest is in Nepal.
What?
Mount
Yeah,
Everest
U.S. What? Not?
Mount Everest is in Nepal.
Yeah, Mount Everest is in Nepal. The Kamar Taj is in Nepal. If you're an MCU fan,
Nobody's ever
it's in Kathmandu. Yeah.
that ended up hurting here today.
So we're sorry to all our people watching from Nepal.
Yeah, to all our
Ignore
Nepalese
him.
watchers.
They have the worst flag.
I love their flag.
It's not a rectangle. It's two triangles just sitting next to each other.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna play by your rules. It's. Have you seen those memes of Nepal flag being a dinosaur?
Yeah.
Go pull those up. We can look at those after the match.
Chosen is the winner today. We're about to have a post-game interview with Mr. Dhandapani, your winner. But in the meantime, we now turn it over to our own Emma Fife, who has an interview with Brandon, the Hitman Hanna. Emma, what's the mood like on your side of the world?
Well, Alex,
I can't find any dinosaur memes.
The Hitman Hanna, who Brandon, I have to say, did you have your list today? Like, I didn't see the list. Normally, are
Wow, she's just rubbing it in.
I already crossed.
Oh yeah.
My list, but it was redundant to bring it again just to show a list of all the names already crossed off. I kept it.
Yeah, except that you're gonna have to uncross Chandru's name today because
I already beat him. See, as far as I'm concerned, we're 1-1 against each other. I deserve a rubber match. It was kind of ridiculous.
What's rubber?
It's the third match.
It's a third match, especially when you've each won one match. It's basically what happened with Roka Bibiani in the semifinals.
you were happy with your
Wait, where they won
decision
it?
to spin away, but then you
Yeah, it was the.
that opponent.
You don't actually have to show up and wear rubber.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll make it more interesting, but it's not required.
Although if we end up facing each other, I'm definitely gonna wear some rubber.
Do it.
Okay, don't quote me on that. That came out wrong.
We're gonna put it in the ad for this.
Okay, we get it. You're gonna come in and put on rubber gloves. Like, all right.
Rubber, yeah, exactly. Rubber gloves.
There you go.
Some might say that. Some might say that Chandru's on my Schmodown fantasy team, and I really needed the points this week. Some might say that. But I'm just not going to say anything.
Okay, well, that's going to make for a really interesting interview then. If you have nothing else to say, Brandon, then I guess we'll just say goodbye and turn it back over to Mark and Mara, and we will be right back with Chandru Dhandapani.
I think she meant Mara and Mark, but that's okay.
there's a lot of Mars. There's a lot.
Yeah, no. Emma, like when she started interviewing, she used to be like a face interviewer, and then after she became the commissioner, she sort of like became a neutral interviewer whenever she interviews, and now she's like sliding back into being a face again, and like throwing shade at heel players like Chance and now Brandon. So. Like it's great because now that she's going to be a manager, she needs to have like a viewpoint and that have to take a stand. That's amazing. But then She actually throws some jabs at me too, like if you notice in my interview.
They call him the Chosen, and I think that he earned another gold star in that nickname. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. We are here with Chandru, the at least good at choosing categories for his opponent when he is given the opportunity to use that very coveted opponent's choice slice in the wheel round. Now, Chandru, you must be feeling pretty good about the decisions that you made in the match today.
Not gonna lie, I think I've chosen wisely today, especially with the who said it. It's a really tough category, and that's what every IG player is afraid of. And also, most of the quotes are interchangeable. They could have been in any other movie because with Voyage Home, I thought Voyage Home was the person too, and it's so easy to think between Steve Rogers.
Yeah, I mean, they say the same stuff in a lot of Star Trek movies and in the Marvel movies, etc. So absolutely, it's a very difficult category. However, you both had a perfect round number 1, so it was really important for you to make that strategic move in round number 2.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping for something to go my way in round number 2, or at least after how round 1 went. I thought this was going to be like the highest scoring match of all time. And luckily, luck favored me. I probably.
We'll say, Chandru, do you know the point record for most points in an IG match?
We learned.
I think for a 3-rounder, it's 26.
Thanks to the challenges.
Oh, so it was Brandon Hanna set.
Yeah, and then Mike tied that. And then 5-rounder, I think it's Rachel's 32 or 31.
So y'all could have like pushed that 26 if he didn't get TKO'd.
For sure, yeah. If he didn't get, if he got both his 3 and his 5, he would have been 28. I would have had to hit all 3. Then I would have been 31. Yeah.
Almost like you're pretty awesome.
That is if both of us missed none of our questions. That
and also
didn't happen.
Unfortunately chose Star Wars as
yeah. Oh yeah. A perfect game would be 31 then.
Perfect game would be 31 without steals.
Yeah.
Those categories are very, very deep cuts these days. So Chandru, you now are going to have the opportunity to face Kevin the Smasher Smets for
that's gonna be a good match.
I'm looking forward to that match.
I'm not
gonna lie.
I don't know who to root for. This is hard. Like a plastic bag or something. Just.
So
that's evident. You tried to get a lot.
And speak of the devil.
Storm in the league, running your mouth. Storm in the league, running your mouth, coming out here and hoodie impersonation.
I can hear him like flowing like
all right. There's nothing that's gonna get between me.
Oh yeah, bro.
From the moment the collision ended,
I don't know what you're talking about.
My mind, but getting that title, getting to Kalinowski. So you come.
I just love the contrast between you two. Yeah, you're all smiley and he's all serious and everything.
I know, you're like, and he's like,
Kalinowski. So I'll see
it's
you.
Great.
My number 1 contender match.
Dancing around like a newsie, spoken by somebody who actually was a newsie in his newsies to see a young.
That's okay. So you know how he was originally going to do like a Hulk Hogan thing.
Chandru,
I could feel that he was talking.
A little bit, yeah.
He was gonna do like a Macho Man.
Oh, right.
Randy Savage.
Right.
What do you have to say back to him?
I'm not gonna lie, nothing's gonna get between me and Kalinowski. That sounded
Wait.
romantic.
Oh, I know it's already taped.
Okay, well,
And I would
sounds
love
like
for you to
the
come out
beginning of a new love
as
story
Bonesaw
here
in your
at
next
the
match.
Schmodown.
Oh no, I would love to do that.
Chandru is ready. You can do it at Spectacular if you beat Smets. Boom.
Oh no! If I beat Smets, I already know what I'm doing. What I'm gonna go is for my match against Kalinowski. I'm gonna do. Hopefully, Mike doesn't watch this, but
Kevin face off. Now back to you, Mark and Mara.
yeah. If I beat Smets, I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dress up as Flash Gordon.
In the film Newsies. So, Mara, before we enjoyed that,
It's so great.
sidebar, Kevin Smets crashing.
It'll be a dead joke kind of at that point, but
yeah.
What does
I don't
that
think
do?
that joke's ever really gonna die.
never gonna.
I think it'd be fun like if you just show your actual magic and you come in like Alphaba, just like flying in. Does this run have budget for harnesses?
Fly. I don't think so.
Do they have money for flying lessons? Like, can they give you a?
Can they teach me how to fly? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Flying lesson.
Oh, what the hell's the name of his broom? Oh no.
Great matchup. That is the number one.
Nimbus 2000.
Nimbus 2000.
Takes the W here
Yeah.
today
They're
versus
just-
the very
They can
Or the
take
Firebolt.
the Smasher.
Quidditch training
Stay tuned for that
with
matchup.
the Nimbus
coming up very soon
2000,
here in the
just
movie
flying in.
Yeah. I guess we just don't have the insurance coverage for all that. It's gonna be difficult to do.
Who needs insurance? I mean, it's fine.
Like I said, people don't really return my calls, but you know what? The good news is I know where you guys tape things. So I and then if no one's sitting in the chair, because there actually was someone sitting in this chair when I got here.
It was
and
just
I
a
told them
body
to
double.
move.
Yeah.
That
was your body
Is that-
double.
is that what you
we
think of
do
me?
what we can around these parts. She is Mara Kanopic. You can currently find her on Twitter and maybe someday in the future Instagram. I want to
Maybe.
thank Mara. I want to thank Full Throttle. I want to thank the captain. They got her safely to Burbank just in time for this matchup. I am merely Mark, Baby Carrots, Alice. Thank you so much for tuning into the Movie Trivia Showdown. Check out our Patreon. A bunch of tiers up there. It's been updated. Select which one is right for you. Thank you for all of your support of the show. Check us out wherever you enjoy your podcast. And until the next time, we'll see you real soon here on the Movie Trivia Showdown.
All right.
Yeah.
Flash! Mr. Sam Jones! And like that, he's gone.
Oh man,
Never dead.
That one still hurts. That one still hurts me.
It hurt you.
Is that I die
Hide under the desk. It does not.
because that match was his best chance to actually, that run was his best chance to actually like get the singles belt. Like I feel like if he had the correct answer, he could have actually defeated Snyder that day. But yeah, he just jumped the gun. He got too excited for that one.
Yeah.
That's one of the great what ifs because we could have had Mikey 3 belts.
Mikey 3
Even only
belts.
for a short while. We could have had it.
Oh, that was such a good match. Oh,
Yeah. And it was like dropped the same day as Bateman Kanowski too, and
Oh no.
and yeah, it was just the whole thing. What happened? Why are you so sad, James?
I have to think back to that match. So, you've won. You TKO'd Brandon Hanna.
Yeah.
Wait. No, you're not even because you're 3-1. He's 2-1.
Yeah, definitely have a better record than him.
Yeah,
and
but whatever. But you know what that means? You're facing Kevin Smets, which again you've already done. But
yeah.
let's just go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
How did you prepare for that match? What was the headspace going in? Now that you've beaten the Hitman, the Hot Man, whatever you want to call him.
I'm not calling him the Hot Man. Oh yeah, no, I think we had like 6 weeks going into my match against Kevin Smets. There were still some movies that I still needed to watch, mostly the ones that didn't come into the eight main categories, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some Kick-Ass, Kingsman movies, and so on. I was going through those. And yeah, because I had 6 weeks, I thought like I would go into serious studying the last 2-3 weeks of it, and then before that it was all just like watching movies, like because of how my schedule works, I can barely watch one movie a day. I can't do like 4 or 5 movies in a day like Kevin does. So I was all about doing it efficiently and paying attention to watching a movie and like not be distracted while doing that. And make my view time count and make full usage of like however much time I had for like preparing. And in the side, it was also like planning the entrance, planning what I'm gonna dress as for my entrance, and yeah, what else? What was my theme song going to be like? Getting all the costumes ready.
So, do you enjoy these elaborate entrances more than? Yeah.
Definitely, like that is one part of Schmodown I liked a lot earlier, and I really like that Bibiani is still doing that. But then, other than that, everyone else is just walks out. Everyone else just walks out with their groupies.
It's like, hey, look,
For the
we're
most part,
raw. We got
exactly.
sunglasses and our leather jackets. You're like, I'm a fucking teleport in. Y'all can't stop me.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of like that kind of theatricality of it because my background is more performance and dance and improv based. So I like to be more shoot, have more of the showmanship and more of the flair, and make the Schmodown more nerdy as well as like fun. And that aspect of it, like try to bring back that aspect of it too. It's not just like a serious, intense sport where you're trying to like beat the other person in trivia.
All right. So, do you have any final words for Kevin the Snatcher Smets, who stands in your way of flying into spectacular and beating Mike Kalinowski?
Uh, yeah, not much. I just want to say, Kevin. Yeah, I think after this match, the only question I missed was the Nachio. So basically, I missed a perfect game or perfect accurate game by a single letter. So that is something to be really scared of. Kaiser will tell you to take me lightly. He's gonna tell you you're gonna change. You're gonna like what? Smash me into hamburger and just go on to face Mike. So, but be wary. Be really really wary. Uh, uh, if if this match was any indication of how strong I am, I'm only gonna get stronger for the next match, and we'll see. I'm basically in the same position that Smets was. I have a 3-game winning streak, and now I'm going into a number one contender match against someone who's close to a veteran who's already been there and trying to get some redemption. So basically, he's in Mike's position going at collision where Mike was in collision at collision. So we'll see. And also, it seems like it seems like Smets is a big veteran of the league because of all the matches because of all the exhibition matches and so on he's been in. He's been in like his record is 4-1, so he's only had like one more match than me, and I've played 3-1 and I've played like multiple opponents too. So experience wise, we're kind of evenly matched, even though he gets a lot of hype over on Facebook. Of course, I know everyone's gonna say like in the polls that he's gonna win. Um, that's uh, that's definitely undisputable. Like everyone's gonna think that he's gonna win. His track record shows that too, and that just has. That just means there's way less pressure on me and way more pressure on him. It's his match to lose, and we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, great. So where can the good people, fans, whatever, find you?
Oh yeah, so I'm at Chandru Things both on Twitter and Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. I mean, and on Facebook, I'll be on the Movie Trivia Shmodown Facebook page. Also, we have our own. I have you guys started my own fan page called Drew Crew, and we do. I do a lot of my trivia studying there, especially for both my matches against Hanna and Smets leading up to them. I did a category a day almost leading up to Kevin Smith's match in the last 2-3 weeks, and that's been really helpful. And we post a lot of like we bounce off a lot of like costume ideas off of the group, and we have a lot of discussions there as well. And if you're in the LA area, I'm actually doing an improv show on November 2nd, the Saturday, in Pasadena. So hit me up on Facebook to get more details about that. And it's with a bunch of friends around at Caltech, and we're doing an improv show based on a comedic art form from the Renaissance period. It's gonna be great. You can watch me doing improv live. So if you're in the area and if you're free around the next week on November 2nd, hit me up and I'll let you know what the details are for that show.
when I'm not in the area. What the fuck, Chandru?
Wait, you're not in the area?
No, I'm. I have to visit to be at studio, but fuck, that sounds.
It's fine. We might do a second. We might do a second show on the 26th or something like that. I'll post on Facebook, or at least have it up on my story and profile, so people might notice.
Do it like right after Spectaculars. We all just show up, just hammered.
No, I don't want to be at the Spectacular or at the show hammered.
No, you before we sober. You have like me and Kelsey, it's just like, yeah, we're doing it.
No, I would love. I would love to. It's like a week. I think the second show we're planning is like a week or two before Spectacular. So hopefully there's more crowd then. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot more. That show is gonna be a lot of fun. I'll post some details on my both on my story as well as on my profile. You guys can hit me up to get more details about that. Otherwise, it's at Chandru Things on Twitter and Instagram, and that's it.
All right, Kelsey, where can people find you?
All right, you can find me at KelseyKins90 on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us at the Call to Action podcast on Instagram. We got some new content going up on there. And merch. Go to TeePublic, search Smowdown, and you can find the Call to Action merch.
All right, and Nat.
You can find me at NattyIce44 on Twitter. I don't tweet much, but you can find me there. I'm also NatVu on Facebook, and also go follow the Call to Action podcast Facebook page at facebook.com/callatactionpod.
You can find me on Twitter at Temeku Film Nerd. That is at TEMEKU Film Nerd. Also, keep an eye out for kind of the future of the channel because, like I mentioned before, starting next month we'll be having weekly Schmodown reactor matches. I'll probably put out either a trailer or just hop on an episode to give you the full bracket breakdown once again. But yeah, the first match will be me versus Frank Janish. Looking forward to stopping him. And that will be dropping, I believe, on the 1st, whatever the first Saturday of November is. But
November 2nd, yeah.
2nd. See, Chandru knows more than I do. Boom.
Oh yeah. No, I only remember because the other thing I wanted to plug was my match against Kevin Smith is actually coming out sooner than later. It's November 1st, the Friday. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited because this time it's going to be on a Friday. Usually IG matches are they drop on Patreon on Monday and then to the regular public on YouTube on Thursday and so on. So, but it'll be nice to have this match and see live reactions from people. I've never been on a live show or like one of the throwdowns. But so this is the first time my match will have like live reaction in the comments. I'll be like hanging out in the comments to see people's reactions. It'll be a lot of fun. So you get week back to back me in 2 weeks, just like Paul Preston in August.
Yes. Yes. You can see me twirling my chair like I don't know who to root for. Just
yeah, a lot of people are already telling me like they don't know who to root for. But then which is great because like no matter what the outcome, you're gonna be happy. And that person's gonna go play against Mike Kalinowski in the Spectacular, and it's gonna be fun.
I don't know who to root for.
Yeah, Mike has I can't say that now. Okay.
Oh. All right, so here, let's just go to the we don't spoil anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that was us from Call to Action. This was Chandru, the Chosen, who was also chosen to maybe win the title. We'll see that in December. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. It's a Call to Action signing off. Peace out.